What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're back with the weekly breakdown for Destiny 2 and the reset kicking off on June 28th as we head into week 6 for season 17. And so today we're going to cover the newest update to the game, that's one we'll see this week with a few changes, and then we get new season challenges, plus the refresh on season 17 content, containment, the Sever mission, and the endgame rotation, plus the season story continues, and then we'll cover the Eververse store, Nightfalls, activities, and rewards in the game this week. And so as always, I hope you find the video useful. But first up today, guys, the video is sponsored by Thrustmaster and their awesome eSwap controller. They sent me one of their eSwap S gaming controllers, and the eSwap is one of the top pro controllers designed for precision and comfort, but also durability. And the eSwap S is the little brother of the very successful eSwap X Pro controller. It's slightly smaller, but still packed with features. And one of the coolest concepts for this controller is swappable thumbstick modules. And this allows us to change the entire thumbstick assembly, and means that we can defeat stick drift and snap sticks by replacing the module instead of purchasing another controller. On top of this though, all of the sticks, buttons, and D-pad are super high quality construction, maintaining higher precision and lasting longer than standard controllers. And eSwap rate this for 2 million activations. It definitely feels like one of the sturdiest controllers I've used. Plus, it's available at a lower price point at just $129.99. So if you guys are after a quality controller to invest in, I definitely recommend checking out the eSwap S, so be sure to follow the link in the description box below. Now though, as we get into the gameplay stuff for the week, first up, the seasonal content as always will rotate, so we'll see the normal refresh on core rewards and drops in containment, plus we'll get the next Sever weekly mission, guided by the season's weekly quest portion for Bound in Sorrow. I think we're possibly going to see another week of Ghaul and Keitel, but we are getting close to the conclusion of the main story quest over this next couple of weeks, so it'll be interesting to follow and see how that progresses. The next important thing to cover though will be the new weekly challenges. And so for week 6, we have Bound in Sorrow 6. That's to complete the quest portion for the week, as well as completing lost sectors through the system. Additionally though, there is Sparking Rage, where we need to complete Sever Rage using only an Arc subclass and Arc, Kinetic, or Stasis weapons. And bear in mind going into this, the bug that we saw with the Sever challenge last week, where picking up the Scythe or creating solar explosions would actually stop us being able to progress with that triumph. If you run into any issues, be sure just to use the Arc subclass, as well as Arc and Kinetic weapons. And then we have Vestiges of Dread 2 to collect the currency and pick up material nodes on Derelict Leviathan, as well as Clean Cut to defeat combatants with Glaive and Sword Final Blows on Leviathan, as well as defeating powerful combatants in any Sever activity. And we are going to get a couple of Figments of Darkness from challenges this week, so that'll be good for progress on the Crown of Sorrow. But the final 3 challenges are to masterwork a piece of armor in the season, as well as to stun champions. And the final challenge this week is to obtain the Crucible Ornament for Chain of Command. For the Vanguard though, the featured Nightfall for the week will be the Arms Dealer, and of course we have the chance to earn the Nightfall weapon, which should be plug 1 according to Braytech. And then we've got the raid and dungeon rotation, and the featured activities this week will be the Garden of Salvation raid and the Pit of Heresy dungeon, and both of these will drop unique items, of course with updated power relevancy and pinnacle drops on completions. Then otherwise there is the reset on the Heart Shadow drop in the Duality dungeon. For Crucible though, this week we'll get bonus ranks all week long, and Shaxx will bring Showdown, as well as Capture Zone in Crucible Labs, so if you want to rank up or anything in PvP, it's going to be a decent week to jump in. Additionally though, the featured Lost Sector for Tuesday's reset will be K1 Revelation, and completing the harder difficulty of that solo will drop Exotic Gauntlets. Something else new for Tuesday this week though, is that we're going to get a hotfix for the game. So initially I think we'll get 45 minutes of downtime before weekly reset kicks off. Then the update should become available at the normal reset time, and Bungie are fixing the Piercing Sidearms artifact mod, so that should be re-enabled. They're also stopping the Crucible Vermilion shader from color cycling and flashing very quickly, as well as some visual things in Nightmare Containment. And they've also said they're fixing the airborne effectiveness buff for Wings of Sacred Dawn, Peregrine Greaves, and Peacekeepers, so all of those exotics should be improved when airborne. And finally, a problem where Master Vault of Glass Raid didn't have all of its challenges active when available through the new raid and dungeon rotator. Plus I'll update the description box below with the patch notes if there are any additional things once it drops on Tuesday. And that takes us over to the Eververse store for the week, and so focusing on Bright Dust items, this week we'll be able to pick up the Egregore shell, of course one themed around this season, and that one will be 2850 Bright Dust. Plus we'll see the live disco dance legendary emote, which is 700 bright dust, as well as the Eris Morn projection, a ghost projection there for 1500 bright dust. And for the usual cost, we'll be able to get the shader for the week, which is the Radiant Charoid. Then the most expensive bright dust item for the week, 4250 bright dust, will be the first gig multiplayer emote. Those things are always super expensive. Plus we'll see the Finger Heart rare emote for 400 bright dust. And then the exotic Battle Worn shell, that'll cost 2850 bright dust. And the opulent legacy ornament for weapons this week will be the Unloved to be Cherished ornament for Beloved. That one's up for 700 bright dust. Plus for 2000 bright dust, we've got the Gigantes Carrier, a rather large exotic ship there, followed by the Dream of the Sky weapon ornament for Traveler's Chosen, which is up for 1250 bright dust. And finally the Pegasus projection, which will be 1500 bright dust. And then the last couple of bits of content stuff, and for Dares of Eternity this week, we're going to see Rotation 3 loot drops, which will include Year 1 Io Jensam armor, as well as the Kairos function sets from Curse of Osiris, and then the weapons will be from Season of Arrivals and Season of the Worthy. But finally in the Dreaming City, the Ascendant Challenge this week will be the Forfeit Shrine, which is accessed via the Gardens of Isilla. So if you wanted a gameplay of how to find that one this week, we'll run some footage at the end of the video. But otherwise guys, that's everything that we have to break down in the weekly reset. So I hope this one has been useful, and if it has, be sure to get subscribed to the channel to see more Destiny content. Also let us know if you plan to dive into the game this week. But otherwise for now, thank you as always for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.